Okay, just to let you know, you can get this exhaust pipe up and over this cross member while the engine is in, but I 100% recommend that you sit this in place before you put your engine in. I've just had to deal with it. It wasn't much fun. What I had to do was take the studs out of the end here and then try about a million ways, and you can fit it up and over. It's just really painful. So look, it can be done. Don't do it that way. Much better just to sit it there before you put your engine in, and it'll be super easy. Now, I nearly forgot, there's a little heat shield that sits up over this bearing here for the drive shaft. It sits right beside the exhaust, hence the reason it's got a little shield. Now, mine came out as a bolt and a nut, which just seemed a little odd. It's hard to get power tools up in here, so just zipping these up by hand. Now, these surfaces for the exhaust, they're looking pretty clean, but I'm just going to give them a bit of a spray down and a wipe up. Definitely going to put a bit of WD-40 on the studs, just so they goes together nicely. Now, I'm reusing a couple of the metal gaskets here. If in doubt, replace them, but these are more than fine for me to use again. I want to get both of them up at the same time and just run a nut on there. So 19mm nuts, we'll just zip those up. We've got an exhaust hanger here. I just quickly spray a little bit of WD-40 in there. It just makes it so easy to slide them on. Hey, now when I had an issue getting this in, I had to take the studs out and look, it kind of pulled the threads out of there when I did it. So I'm just going to use 2 bolts like this and that'll be more than fine. There'll be nice shiny bolts under here. Okay, that finishes things off underneath for a while, so I just want to go around and get a few of these evaporative lines and fuel lines now connected back up. So put this one on the top. This is for your brake booster. Slide that in with our clamp on. And it looks like I tried to get it off there, so I've got to just remove the clamp here as well. I try and line them up to where they originally were. Somewhere like that. I can see the grooves in there. Okay, we've got some more vent pipes coming up here. This one comes up to you. It's like a purge valve of some sort. Okay, so the fuel line here, we tape this all up. Let's untape it. Take these 2 nuts off here. Just double check the condition of that O-ring there. The last thing you want is fuel leaking. I'm just going to put a small spray of WD-40 on there just so that it doesn't wreck that seal when it goes back in. And we've got the 2 nuts on the top and bottom of that. Just double check that you've got all your lines connected up and there's nothing still sitting undone. Next I'm going to do these 2 heater hoses. There's a rear one that's a little bit harder to get to. It's going to be quite difficult to show you this, but it's just a simple clamp. just trying a different set of pliers just to get it sitting where I want it to. It's perfect. Next one. Okay, coming up here we have the shift linkage. It just slides back into that little clip down in there. It's locked in. Now notice this has a sort of a, it's a square section that can fit in exactly. And I can still see the mark where my nut used to sit on there. Just double checking if I move that. Yep, things line up perfectly. It's just a 12mm and we'll secure that down. Just double check that's not going to pop out. Moving along, I'll get these connectors into here. And just make sure nothing's sort of fallen in there or there's no issues with this when we put it back in. Sit there. Lock down. Again, locked in. And there was a couple of clips here where they clip into this bracket. Secured that there. Now we had a earth point in underneath here, so I'm just going to lift this fuse box casing back up again. Push it a little bit out of the way. And if you remember, there was this bolt down here for a earth point. There's a little tab, sorry, on that connector. Just make sure it's sitting right. Now we can get this back in place. Two nuts at the back here and one at the front. Zip those down. Okay, so these two wires clip into the fuse box that sits up here, but we do have a lot of wiring that comes up, sits into this here. Plug clips in. Now we can get this top half of this fuse box here. Just make sure that none of these are going to get bent as you push it in. So you've got to go in nice and steady. Just because those plugs do sort of wiggle around a little bit. Don't force anything. And then we need to just gently do these bolts up here. Now they pull that plug in tight. I would advise you typically do those by hand, but sometimes I take a shortcut. Next lot of plugs. This one's got a really special locking tags. We'll push all that in. One that comes through here, and the nut's missing. I wonder where I put the nut. Okay, and then that's just got a 10mm nut that sits on here. Again, be super careful doing those with an impact. It's so easy just to snap those little electrical connectors. I shouldn't do it, but yeah, I sometimes do. Put that cover on. In on the front here, we've got this metal bracket. Just 3 bolts secure it to the frame. Just grab the 12mm bolts. Now you can get the battery tray itself and put that in. Okay, and it sits with these two sort of brackets facing backwards here. So we'll run these 4 bolts in. Now this secures a fair bit of your wiring. There's a little clip here for this. Got a stud, it can just sit over there. We've got another clip here that we, another electrical connector here. I'm just going to feed that through that way. Now that one's done up, I'll just do its bracket up here. Just be careful when you're putting that tray in that terminal doesn't get stuck under there. We do have a plug for that as well, so we'll just plug that in. Good time just to double check everything again. Okay, now let's get the airbox on. I've got to line it up to the box in here. And obviously to the mouth of that. Got it. We've got 2 big bolts with big washers on them. Secure this on here. Just make sure it's fully up on that throttle body. And you can lock this down here as well. It's just a 10mm. And we've got a vent hose that goes into the top of the rocker cover. Lock that down. Looking good.